So the first video topic that came to my mind, the first thing that I wanted to discuss, as a senior software engineer who have half a decade of experience, more than half a decade of experience, am I really afraid of losing job in 2026 or like in the future? Just for context, everybody is saying that AI is going to replace engineers, AI is taking over, companies are firing left and right. So starting or like thinking from a senior software engineer's perspective, how does it feel? How am I feeling? What am I preparing? Let's talk about it. The first thing I will say, if you want an yes no answer, it's maybe. It's complicated. Not like I'm totally afraid of losing my job, and also not like, oh, I'm definitely sure that it's gonna stay as it is. So there is a big maybe there. There is nothing as simple as yes or no in life, right? So to elaborate on it, yes, if I would have been a fresher, then I would have definitely said yes, it is very hard for me, or it is very unlikely to have a very steady career like we used to have previously. By that I don't mean to say you will not end up with any career. I mean like a steady career. Like let's say you got a job and you stick with the job, you keep on trying your best and it continues. Maybe there is a possibility that may not happen for junior developers or those who are starting out. You may need to be a lot more than just a fresher to make sure that your career is stable or you get to keep your job in any company. Because right now the bar for entering into software engineering industry is like higher than ever before. But as a senior software engineer, at least I do not struggle with that thought that okay, I may lose my job at any moment. And even if there is that thought, okay, if something happens to the company or to the startup that I am working in, there is also an assurity at the back of my head that I can find decent job, I can switch to different company safely. I'm not saying like overconfident, but I'm confident enough in the experience that I have, as well as a person, that I can adjust in different working environments and in different working places as well. So what am I really afraid of then? The afraid part is only one thing I will say, that is there will be a lot of change that I will have to make sure that I'm ready to tackle. So okay, let's take it this way. Previously also in software engineering, it wasn't like you didn't need to make any adjustment in your career path. If you kept on doing the same thing for decades, there is a very high chance you will get replaced, or there is a very high chance that you will not get the growth that you wanted. So you always had to like promote yourself, always had to upgrade yourself anyway. That is not what I'm afraid of. The thing with AI and all of the industries going on right now is that they are not replacing one thing, or they are not replacing one category. They are trying to replace the bulk of it using AI. So that means that to make sure you have a place in the industry, you need to make sure that you are way ahead of anything that average developer is doing or average engineer is doing. It's not like you are just good at one thing and then they are going to keep you. That's not going to happen anymore. You have to be better at multiple things. You have to give the company a reason to pay you and to keep you around even when they have other alternates. And that's the bit that I'm afraid of, that okay, in which direction I have to take my career. Because it's not only when I'm talking about that a full stack engineer, like I'm a full stack engineer right now, I mostly have my tech stack based in Python. Sorry, not Python. In backend, I know Python. I have recently picked up Python. My main language is JavaScript. In frontend, I use JavaScript, React, Next.js, and all. And in backend, I mostly use Node.js and Nest.js. But recently, I have picked up Python. And also, there is that AWS and React Native. All those small things, they are just around for keeping you like making a complete full stack engineer package. But the core thing is JavaScript. But right now, as I can see, JavaScript is not going to be like just front end development is not going to. Language has to go away. Like that's what I'm trying to say. But by go away, I mean like the concern of language, that okay, I develop in JavaScript, I develop in Python or something like that. That has to go away. You will have to earn that skill of dealing with any language, and not in a matter of like 2-3 months or something like, no, in a matter of weeks. You have to pick a language, start with it, make sure you uh, are ready to deliver productive outputs with any new language. So that's one skill. The second skill that I will say is, whatever you pick up, you have to be really good at it. It's not only the fact that you just pick it up. That would have been really easy. That okay, you throw any language at me, I am ready. The hard bit is actually the second part, which is whatever you end up picking up, you will also have to be quite good at it, because otherwise why will the company hire you at all? They can simply write basic level or entry level programming, coding, syntax, everything with AI. Why will they hire you? So that is also something. If you end up picking up some sort of skill, some sort of language, you will also have to be good at it. Third thing I will say, what is gonna bind this point number 1 and 2 is, don't think about writing code, think about solving problems. I have been hearing this thing from the start of my career. Like every single time I hear to big tech people who have already made it big, or who have already succeeded in software engineering for very long time, they always say this thing, that language is just a tool. You have to be comfortable using multiple languages. But that thing is true right now than ever before. Like, you cannot stick to language, you have to stick to problem solving. Like, what is this problem actually needs, what will be the optimal answer, how you would like to solve it. And to get to that solution, you can use different sorts of medium. You can use AI help, you can use languages, you can use documentation, whatever it is, whatever fits your need. But your focus has to shift from front end development or back end development entirely towards software engineering. Like, as an engineer, what sort of problem I have resolved and what sort of problem I am capable of solving, that has to be your first priority. So yes, that is the part that I told you, that I am a little bit of not scared or afraid. Like, I know that I need to prepare myself a lot. That is, rather than focusing on language and stuff, I need to focus on problem solving. That's point number 1. Okay, what am I safe about? Trusting in myself, believing in myself. That's what I am safe about. That's what gives me the courage to move every day. Why am I saying this? Doesn't everybody have this? The specific reason why I am saying this is because when it's related to the timeline when my career started. I started my career in 2020. Everybody knows that's the year of COVID. So when I started my career in a very small startup company, they have just started few months ago, COVID hit, they didn't have sufficient funds, so the company shut down. I am the only one in my family who is earning, so you can definitely think the amount of responsibility that I have, right? And when I faced that situation, that fresh out of college, I got into a job which was perfectly fine and all, but this global thing came and then everything shut down. At that moment also, I had the same question in mind. What am I gonna do? How am I gonna sustain my family financially? How am I gonna help? And the single thing that came to my mind is, keep moving forward. Do what you can do right now, don't think about the future. And I think that thing is also true right now as well. Right now, what can I do? I can upgrade myself, I can learn new languages, learn different ways of solving problems, be a better software engineer. Whatever is gonna happen 6 months down the line, 6 years down the line, none of my business. If you are thinking about whatever is gonna happen 6 years down the line, you are gonna stay afraid, and you are gonna be in a lot of nervousness, a lot of boring things, and let's just say not ideal things. Let's not use any swear words. Let's just say not ideal things from day one or till that 6 year happen. So instead of being in that miserable state for 6 years, let's just say do what you can do right now. Whatever is gonna come in the future, we'll see. will adjust it accordingly, because you also don't know what is going to happen in 6 years, right? Who knows, maybe AI will not take over, maybe AI will completely get replaced by humans again, or maybe something new will come up, who knows. But one thing I know for sure, if I am fit for today, probably I can assure that I am fit for a couple of days. And if I keep on repeating that same formula again and again, I'm gonna stay safe. There is no other way that I can see in which I can resolve this problem. So yes, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make sure that I do, and I keep myself prepared for today, for tomorrow, and couple of days, and I'm gonna keep doing it for the entire time until something happens that is unfortunate, but we will see when that happens. So keeping that in mind, as I have explained, that it's a big maybe. If you are a fresher, or if you are also a senior software engineer like me, or if you are a way ahead in the game, like let's say you have 7 years, 10 years of experience, my honest opinion, my honest thought about this job security and software industry is, if you are prepared enough to adjust in any situation, whether it can be doing the basic thing, or whether it can be learning something from scratch and be a master of it, if you are ready to do that, there is a place for you in IT, there is a place for you in software industry. But if you are stuck in a concept of doing only this much and then getting a job, or doing only this much and earning a living, that's not going to happen. Forget about it. That's old, that's past, that's gone, right? So with that, I will say very happy new year everybody again, and wish you doing awesome things in software engineering industry in the upcoming years. Thanks.